Almost 2 years ago, I made a list of all the Mario Kart 8 courses that we needed in the DLC. Plain and simple today, we're seeing if I was right. I think I did pretty well. We'll find out.
Nintendo recently released the first of 6 waves of DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and there were some bangers to start off with. But there's definitely some other courses that deserve a spot in the game.
He's right.
Today, I'll be counting down the top 15 courses that I want to see
like this
in the next
guy,
5
yeah.
waves of DLC. Let's get
His
started.
voice, I don't know what it is. It's
In 15th, we
nice.
have Toad Factory from the Wii. The soundtrack for this one is really what got it into the
They
top
fell off.
15
They
because
fell
it
off. They
reminds
needed
me
this
so
one.
much of the movie Robots. Specifically that end scene with that lady, like, great scene, great movie, great track. I love Toad Factory, and it's one that I wouldn't be too disappointed if it didn't make it, but if I had my way, I would really like to see it in the new game. We have Daisy Cruiser from Double Dash.
Daisy Cruiser did make it. That did.
I didn't have
That's
either
in.
Double Dash or Mario Kart 7.
So
the
I'm
only games
50-50
that
so
actually
far.
appeared in
I'll take it.
So far, things about
These are some
it, and
terrible
it's one
fucking
that I'd
photos,
love
though.
to play
These are
if
terrible
I got the
photos.
opportunity. 13th is Bowser's Castle from the Wii, which I honestly think is my favorite Bowser's Castle. I do like the one that's currently in Mario Kart 8.
I don't think
But
this is in it.
always going to take the cake for me because it's just
But look at that
it's
starting
such a
set.
nice track. Honestly, I really do like it.
How could they miss
Now,
that?
another Wii track is number 12, which is Rainbow Road, my second favorite Rainbow Road all time.
This one I think is in. I think this one did make it.
Road, it's iconic, especially for Mario Kart Wii, the most sold Mario Kart all time.
This statistic was way old when I used it. I found that out. That's my bad. That was way old.
Road is just filled with intense, competitive, heart-shattering memories of just devastation of the many times of falling off the edge, so it has to be here for me.
Devastation, this guy.
Number 11 is Wario Shipyard from Mario
Why
Kart
didn't
7,
it get there?
which
Come on.
is really
Look at
nice,
it.
actually. It's got that nice
Look at
underwater
it.
segment. It's got
It would have been perfect
purple and
for
yellow
Mario Kart 8
everywhere,
Deluxe.
which,
Like, it's...
as we all know, is a great color combination. Right, guys? Everyone
guy.
likes purple and yellow, yeah? Anyway, it's such a nice one,
I
and
liked him.
it was recently in Tour as well. Well, I don't know about recently, but it's in Tour, which most of the courses from the DLCs we predicted will come from Tour, and it was one of the ones that got a Tour remake, so that could be good signs looking towards Wario Shipyard being in the DLC.
Meant
but
nothing.
We'll see.
Didn't get there.
Now, into the
Tragic.
top 10, we've
Deserved
got
to be.
Delfino Square from the DS and the Wii. The
I
only
don't
two
think they made
Mario
it either.
Karts pre-8 and 8 Deluxe that I
What?
actually
What are they
played,
doing?
and it did not.
Maybe this DLC
disappoint.
wasn't as
such
good
a
as I
nice
thought it
one.
was.
Hated
They're
it on the
missing all the
DS for
good
whatever
ones.
reason, loved it on the Wii, and then I've just loved it ever
But
since.
look at that
It's such
jump
a
bit.
nice city sort of feel to it. I'm
Bro.
not sure if it'll make it.
Nintendo
Probably
fell off.
not, given that we've
They
already got
fucking
the
fell off.
IRL sort of cities. Oh, and the bridge at the end where you
Right, the
some of it's
bridge at the
down, some of
end.
it's up.
This guy,
It's
come
too
on,
good.
he knows.
The soundtrack is once
He's
again
thinking what I'm
phenomenal.
thinking, B1.
Now, ninth, we've got one of the more popular courses all time in DK Mountain from the Double Dash.
That-
It's a good one. It is
Okay.
a really good one.
That one,
I like it.
they
lot.
did
I
make that,
love
but they had to. Like, come on. Look at it.
Where you get
It's a beautiful
shot
one.
out of
It's
that
a beautiful
cannon
thing.
barrel thing just all the way across.
Look at
That
the
is
mountain.
really nice. It is a really
love
nice
him.
course, and
I want
love
to give
see
him a
that
hug.
one in the
Pressure
Mario
tickle,
Kart
man,
8
he's
Deluxe
grumpy.
DLCs. Another I'd love to see from Double Dash in a hat trick of Double Dash entrances. The first was DK Mountain.
Improv,
This
I like
one,
it. Respect it.
as number 8, is Wario Coliseum.
How did it not
And
make it?
actually,
Come on.
I'm
Look
kind
at
of
it.
insulted now looking back on it that it's so low. It needs to be here.
Right?
It's such a good track at all, but can you imagine how Mario Kart 8 could revamp that bad boy? Like, it's already really good, but if you throw in anti-gravity, so instead of going around the dome on a flat surface, you go around on the walls, or some parts where you're on the wall, some parts where you're upside down.
Right?
That'd be so good.
Right?
That one, Wario Coliseum, is one that really needs a Mario Kart 8 revamp, because if it gets that revamp,
Nintendo.
it could be one of the all-time great Mario Kart 8 tracks because of
Facts,
its
it could
ability
be.
to go upside down and sideways and whatnot. And it doesn't have any other games.
Perfect opportunity. Perfect opportunity. Needed to be in there. Needed. That would have been so fucking good. Would have complemented Waluigi Pinball so nicely.
In this hat trick, and at all, to be honest with you, is the Rainbow Road. My favorite Rainbow Road.
I think this one did get there. I think so. This is the no, this is Double Dash. I don't know. Maybe it is. I'll find out. I'll fix it in post. I think that it did make it.
Of the
Well,
road.
probably not.
Rainbow Road, so I did that. Hilarious. It's really clean.
What
It's
did
really
you do was hilarious?
footage, I've seen images, but it just looks so clean. The thickness and the consistency of the rainbow of the road. Rainbow Road, so I did that. Hilarious. It's really clean. It's really
Go.
sleek. I like it a
Go.
lot. And
He
it's one that
deserves-
I'd love to see. Like, surely
deserve
Nintendo
better.
clutch up and they release this one because, you know,
They
really,
did not.
it's Nintendo.
I don't think they did.
It's a Mario Kart game. We've already got 3 or 4 Rainbow Roads. There's no way that they're going to be able to resist releasing multiple more Rainbow Roads in the next 48. They can't control themselves.
They
They
can.
know how iconic and competitive and
They don't.
intense Rainbow Roads get. They know how much people
They
love
don't.
those bad boys. They're gonna release at least
They're not.
2, I'd say, at least 2 Rainbow Roads.
They might have
And
actually.
I'm
I don't
hoping,
know.
as I've said,
I
that
think they
Double
did.
Dash and Wii are the 2 Rainbow Roads they go with. Now, Airship Fortress feels
It's
like a
Airship
bit of
Fortress,
a bit of
bro.
a left field
It's
decision for me
Airship
because I feel
Fortress.
like
How did they
people
not
don't
do
love it
this?
the way that they.
I want to see the meeting where they were like, you know what, guys, Airship Fortress, not on, too good. That and Mario Coliseum, it'll just be too good for the DLC. How did they not do that? Also, I thought that I
Shows
had a
how
better
good it
record
is.
than this.
And
I'm
it's
like,
phenomenal. I love that part where you just yeet across.
I think I'll be lucky
that
to get
gap
7.
And then you drift
I
all
want
the way
8.
down the tower. It's so nice.
I want 8
And you get to
correct,
spend some time
because then
on
it's
the
like
airship.
over
It's just-
half of the list.
one of my favorites all time
But
from the DS.
I don't
my
like my
OG,
chances at this point.
my background story, my origin story, that is. And it was just, I loved it. I loved it, bro. Now we're into the top 5, and these are 5 great courses.
They are.
Great courses. There's a
I
bit
think
of
most
a,
of
bit
them
of a
made it.
trend in all of them, but that's okay because that's just 'cause they're so good. That's just because they're so good.
Right?
Now we've got number
So
5
good.
being DK Snowboard Cross or
Yes,
DK Summit.
that one
depending
did
on
make it,
Where
and
you
it
are. I'm
had
from
to,
Australia,
because-
and we
I
only
mean,
ever
come
had
on.
DK Snowboard Cross.
In
which
this
personally
list,
I
I'm
prefer.
actually I don't agree with this list as much as I thought I would, even though it was literally me. But still, I think that I would have had DK. Well, maybe that's hindsight because they're in the game. Like I don't want DK Snowboard Cross because I've got it. I don't have to want it. Whereas I can want Airship Fortress because we didn't get that. You know, so maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
know that for whatever reason looks super satisfying. There's that part where you get shot out of that thing and you go all the way
Cannon.
across
Cannon
and then
barrel.
you continue. It's so nice. And then at the end, when you go up and down on the sides of the railing, it's
And the pink snow.
dude, it needs to be here. It needs to be. And it is another one that has a tour remake. Well,
So you got that tour inside,
re-release, more
inside of
accurately,
trading right there.
which means that it could potentially be there. Now, fourth is a great one, and one that is heavily suspected to already be planned
Hurry
to
up.
be re-released in this
Stop
game.
stalling.
Cooper Cape from
Yes!
the Wii. This is such a good one.
We only got it recently though.
Such a good one. Loved it. It's got such good vibes. It's so calming. The water is so relaxing and inviting. And there's that pipe section, which is the highlight of the entire course. No, the highlight. Oh, there's the rapids though. That's a
The
highlight
rapids
as
is
well.
the highlight.
There's multiple highlights to this course, is what I'm saying.
The rapids.
But the pipe would be really, really good. And the soundtrack is elite. One of the best. One of the best.
Banger.
So we need Cooper Cape in this game.
I don't really know her.
Now comes to the big boys. The big 3. The top 3 that I want and demand in this game to get remakes. And the third, we've got Mushroom Gorge, which I originally had as 2, but I've just demoted to 3. Mushroom Gorge. I love it.
Damn
My
good.
oh, no, not my favorite. One of my favorite ones from Mario Kart Wii. It's got that segment with the mushrooms where you
Segment
bounce
with
up
the
and down and
mushrooms?
across.
Where you
It was
jump
just
up and
so
down
intense. Every
and
time,
cross?
so intense, so enjoyable,
So
so
intense.
competitive.
It's so
It was
enjoyable.
such a nice course.
It's such a
The
nice course.
soundtrack as well.
And the
then there's that
soundtrack?
other part where you can go across
There's
the
that other
mushrooms,
part
or you
where
can
you
go around
go
the
across the
long way, which no
mushrooms,
one ever did because that wasn't fun. People
or you
wanna
could go
play to
around,
jump
but
on
no
the
one ever did
mushrooms.
that because that wasn't very fun. So
That has to be here. Has to be here.
it has to be
Mushroom
here,
Gorge
really.
is one of the greats from Mario Kart
It's one of the
Wii.
greats.
It also
from Mario
was
Kart Wii.
re-released in 7, and then
It was in
also
7 as well, I
Tour,
think.
so which could imply that
What is
it
wrong with
could
me?
potentially have a spot in this DLC, and I would love it to. I would love it to. Now,
Love it
second,
too?
which was
Two?
originally going to be third, but it got a very very late minute promotion.
While I
Again
was
from the
recording
Wii, Maple Treeway. Maple
Quality
Treeway.
picture right there. Good work.
It's phenomenal.
It's
The
continuing the
autumn
trend of
leaves,
HD.
when you drive across the different sides of
Oof.
the wood and you go up the edge and then you go across that
Yes.
ramp and there's the bit of the end with all the leaves flying and there's the ramp that goes up and down.
Mm. The
And,
windy ramp.
Of course, the best part, the wigglers just randomly on the top of the trees. So
They're there in
good.
the DLC though.
So good, dude. We need Maple Treeway. Nintendo, please, please give us Maple Treeway. We will do anything. And now, the number one
Anything?
most wanted course by me in this game. First of all, I want to thank anyone who got this far. I doubt
Shut up.
anyone really did, but if you did, thank you
I
very,
did.
very much for being here.
Me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the list so far, but number one,
No.
to take the cake for my most wanted course, Waluigi Pinball. Waluigi Pinball. From the DS, and then coming back in Mario Kart 7, and then eventually getting a tour release, Waluigi Pinball. Oh, if any course
Jeez.
fits the vibe
Fuck.
of Mario Kart 8 best,
It's
it's Waluigi Pinball.
It is. Yeah.
The colors, the track was immaculate. You've got the drifts, you've got the turns, you've got one of the most beautiful courses that we've ever seen. It's
Yeah.
such a nice experience. It's such a nice experience. And when you're actually in the pinball machine itself, when the balls are coming down and you've got to bounce off this and that, it's, oh my gosh, bro. It's so good. It is so good. It is personally one of my favorite Mario Kart courses all time, originating from my origin story game of DS. And it got a tour remake, which means that it might be there. It could be there. It could very well be there. But that will be the end of today's video. Thank you very, very much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I really, really appreciate that. Please consider subscribing because it really, really would help the channel. Check out my Mario Kart 8 content. I'm going through every single cup and 3-starring all of them. 50, 100, 150,
this guy's pretty
200,
funny.
and Mirror CCs.
This guy's
all
pretty
of them.
funny.
Every
Now he's
cup,
going to
even
vlog.
the
Shut up.
DLC
No one
thing.
cares. It's very funny. It's very funny. I forgot I made this. Well, no, I forgot how I made this. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. There's some funny scenes in there. Yeah, no, that's good. That was like my first like main like big one. You know, that blew up. You know, we're at 23,000 views 2 years later, but it like blew up within months. It was crazy. It was insane. I was getting so many impressions, so many this and so many that. Inspired a characters one, which I might react to as well. And there was an items one that didn't do super well, but the characters one went crazy. It was like 30,000 or 40,000 or something like that, which was insane. The support was massive, and it helped get to where we are, which 457 subscribers, which doesn't sound like that. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I appreciate every single one of them. Yes, so that's my reaction to my original video. I thought it'd be more cringe than that. That was pretty funny. I had some funny lines in there. I'm a funny guy, you know? People don't see that side of me. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to subscribe to him right now. There's no subscribe button because it's me. You can't even see the screen, the fuck? Almost. I think kids going places. Kid is going places.